So basically, right, I mean, cloud computing is nothing but an utility that is available, and where you are having a GUI with, and you can request for resources like whatever resources you wanted to create, you will be creating them and using them. So that is cloud computing. But just giving a brief background of why cloud computing has emerged was that, um, initially, whenever before cloud, what used to happen was, in order to place an order for the infrastructure for your application, it used to take almost 2 to 3 months. Okay, and your most of the time is going on in order to effectively manage this hardware, and effectively manage the operations, rather than concentrating on building your applications. That is the reason the go to market of any product used to take a longer time. So, in fact, what they used to do is, they used to concentrate more on procuring the hardware and maintaining the hardware, rather than concentrating more on the application development. Okay, and also they used to invest upfront with respect to the infrastructure. So this is something, right, which is adding much burden to much burden to the organizations, and that is where cloud has emerged. Okay, so with respect to cloud, right, what as I previously told, cloud is nothing but an utility service that is available to you on internet, where you can just simply go and request for resources, and they will be available for you to use. Okay, and that is on demand. That means you're not paying upfront for any of the respective resources that you are using. You are just simply going and using them, right? Yeah, so that is where, right, you're not upfront investing, and that is pay as you go. So how much you use, you pay for that. If you're not using, you don't pay for that. Okay, so, and with respect to cloud, the important advantage is that it offers you elasticity. So what does this elasticity mean is, so when there is load on on your systems, right, the respective number of instances will scale up, and when there is no load on the respective infrastructure, the instances will scale down. So that means it will scale up and down depending on the load. So that is where, right, you are actually getting the effective utilization of the resource. You're not you're not underutilizing the respective resources that are available. When I said resources, right, that those are CPU and memory usage of the respective computer. See, I'll just give you, right, suppose if at all you wanted to buy a computer, a laptop, right? So you expected that you will be using only 4 GB memory RAM, and maybe for the two CPUs. I mean, two core CPU is enough. But you purchased almost 8 core CPU and 32 GB memory. So what will happen? So even though you're not utilizing, you are paying for the extra cost, right? So that is what is happening, or that is what will happen in the respective infrastructure on premise. So you need to make sure you're properly assessing your applications and respectively do that. So, but I mean, with respect to the vertical scaling or horizontal scaling, what usually happens is, vertical scaling is not preferred. But if at all you are going to prefer a vertical scaling, right, that will not give you the proper aid. So that is where horizontal scaling is coming into picture, and that is where the elasticity. Horizontal scaling means adding one more instance to the group, so that it will serve the traffic. Okay, so this is what is about elasticity. As I told, right, we're concentrating more on developing the applications, so the go to market, right, time will reduce. Okay, so this is about cloud computing. So cloud computing, right, just simply like, we are having number of cloud computing providers, right, like Google Cloud Platform, also Google Cloud Platform, AWS, Azure, and you're having Oracle Cloud and some others, right? All of these are cloud providers. Okay, so any questions with respect to what is cloud computing? Guys, please answer. So I will be asking a question. So I mean, uh, I just wanted to ensure that I'm following. It is reaching you guys.
No, till now, no.
Yeah. All right. All right. One
No,
second.
sir.
20% is there. So we're talking about this much about cloud computing, right? So but how many types of cloud computing are there? So that is where we will discussing about types of clouds. Okay. So, with respect to types of clouds, right, you are having three types of clouds. One is public cloud, one is private cloud, and another one is hybrid cloud. Okay. So, what scenario is useful for what type of use cases, right? That we will discuss. Just a respect to recap, cloud computing is nothing but a utility service that will be available for you to just go and request for resources, and the resource, once you request the resources, you will be having the respective instances created, and you can just go and utilize them. So, and with respect to the billing, you are not investing upfront, and you are going ahead and pay, and you are going and paying for only what you use. Okay. So with respect to types of clouds, right, you're having three types of clouds. One is private cloud, one is public cloud, and one is hybrid cloud. Okay. So what is private cloud, right? So private cloud is nothing but, so for any cloud, right, what usually happens is someone has to maintain the data centers. Data centers are nothing but a facility where you're placing all of your respective instance or computers, right, or racks. So usually in a data center, what will happen is all of the respective servers will be placed on racks, and they will be interconnected with the internet, I mean with the cables and storage area networks. So so this is data centers, right? So with respect to private cloud, what usually happens is they utilize the all the cloud features whatever is there, and they will enhance that, but they will maintain their own cloud. Okay. So that means then they will maintain their own infrastructure. Okay. So that means, let's take the scenario of an independent house, right? Independent house in let's take the concept of a villas, right? So you'll be having some 50 to 60 number of villas, but you will be responsible, or you will be staying in only your respective villa, but you will not go to any other one. You'll be just using the common premises, right? So that is private. You can think of villa as a private cloud. So where you're having your dedicated infrastructure for you, and you are ensuring that the respective uh, infrastructure is secure. Okay. So, and in order to not to expose your data anywhere, right, you're making sure that the respective data is residing within your infrastructure, within your data centers. Okay. So where these private clouds are, where these private clouds, right, we use are with respect to highly regulated industries, right? Something like healthcare, finance, government agencies, right? They don't want the data to be exposed outside to anyone else. So they wanted to ensure data security. So that is when, right, they will be going, that organizations will be going for private cloud. Okay. In short, right, you can think of private cloud, and private cloud means you're maintaining your own data center, but using the cloud features of elasticity, scalability, and ensuring that the data is secure by maintaining your own infrastructure. Okay. So what applications users, right, are mainly the critical applications, something like performance, right, and uptime is 24 bar 7, and they don't want to lose any of their respective mission critical applications. That is when they will be using the private cloud. Okay. So in short, private cloud means the companies will be making sure that their respective data is secure by maintaining the data centers, their own data centers, at the same time leveraging all the cloud features of elasticity, fault tolerant, and scalability. So that is with respect to public cloud, right? See, with respect to public cloud, you can take something like a Dell has their own private cloud, the Rackspace has their own private cloud, and any banks, if at all you're seeing currently, right, you take Wells Fargo, Bank of America, or any cloud, any respective bank is using their private clouds. In fact, they're using hybrid cloud, but we will discuss that about the private hybrid cloud shortly. So what is public cloud, right? Public cloud is nothing but whatever we are talking about today, right? AWS, Azure, or GCP, all of them are the public clouds. Okay. So what is the public cloud is, so here in the private cloud, you are maintaining your own data center, but in the public cloud, right, a vendor, something like Amazon or Microsoft or Google, will maintain the hardware and will maintain the data center for us. At the same time, by using the virtualization concept, right, by using the virtualization concept, we will they will actually offer us the shared usage of the respective hardware. So that means there might be a VM on which your on which there might be a VM on which your GCE VM might get spinned up. But at the same time, right, on the same VM, when I said VM, that it is hypervisor. I'll discuss about hypervisors, right, in shortly when I bring up the concepts of Google Cloud. Okay, today tomorrow, right, will be completely on the basics. These are very much basics. Okay, we are not speaking anything specific about Google Cloud at the moment. Okay, so you are actually utilizing the shared pool of resources, right, available in the data center, in the cloud vendor provided data centers, and you are spinning up your resources. So basically, right, if at all you see, there are multiple offerings that are available, which are cloud storage, databases, networking, analytics, right? So all of these are provided as services. You go and use the service and you will be paying for that. So whatever you have used, it, right, you'll be paying for that. Okay, so that is with respect to public cloud, right? And the important public cloud players, right, I mean, or the dominant public cloud players are this respect to AWS, Google Cloud, and Azure, and these three are the dominant players. So for what applications, right, you will generally use public cloud, or there is nothing but for hosting your web-based applications or mobile applications, or any applications you take nowadays, that we are hosting everything on the public cloud. You take big data analytics or machine learning, or you wanted to ensure disaster recovery for your services, right? For any of the use cases, we will be using public cloud. Okay, so I'll take a pause here and ask you if at all you're having any questions in private cloud and public cloud.
So I have a question here. Like in case of the public cloud, so what is the the data security uh, what level? Like, is it similar to the private cloud, or how is it? How the
Yeah, yeah,
data is secure in the public cloud? Yes.
got it. So even the data in the public cloud is also secure. It doesn't mean that the data in the public cloud is not secure. So, but you need to ensure that you are having proper mechanisms in order to ensure your security. Okay, so like, if at all you wanted to enable encryption at the storage level, right, you need to make sure you are encrypting. And basically, right, we will be using SSL certificates in order to encrypt the data in transit.
Mm-hmm.
Similarly, right, I mean, all of the respective security mechanisms will be available in public cloud. There is no compromise in that. But the thing is that you will be using the shared hardware. That is the only difference with respect to public cloud and private cloud. Private cloud is, you are also ensuring that there are security mechanisms there, but the hardware that you are actually using is only being used by you, not by any others, right? So suppose I am a user, I'll be using the same hardware as you are using, right? But with respect to private cloud, that is not the case. The company will
Mm-hmm.
use its own hardware. That is the difference.
Understood. Their own hardware.
Yeah, their own hardwares. Yeah. Any other question? And also let me know if I'm going a bit speed, guys.
Yeah, I have a question. Can private cloud can be considered as on-premise?
Can you come again?
Can private cloud can be considered as on-premise with data center?
No, on premises will not have the cloud features. See, private clouds means they will be having cloud features. When I said cloud features, right? Elasticity, scalability, fault tolerance, and also, but they will be maintaining their own hardware. But on premises does not have those features. That is the main difference.
Okay.
Okay. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So next we'll
Is
go to the. Please go. Please tell me.
Yeah, I was asking like is the data center mechanism is applicable both for private and public clouds? The data center, centralized data center and all. Yeah.
Yeah, ultimately, right behind, yeah. So there are data centers, right, from where servers will get created, but we will not have visibility to that at all. So nothing will be worried. So that is all cloud providers headache.
Okay. Hmm.
Maintaining the data center. So what they will do is enough capacity is available for us to spin up the infrastructure. So that is their responsibility.
Okay. Yeah, understood.
Okay, that is with respect to public cloud, right? Next, the third type of cloud is hybrid cloud. Okay, so what is a hybrid cloud, right? Is nothing but the combination of the private cloud and the public cloud. So that what I meant by this is some organizations also leverage public cloud and also have their private cloud. Okay, so where they will be maintaining all of the data in their private cloud while they will be maintaining applications on the hybrid cloud, sorry, on the public cloud. So the combination of this, right, is called as a hybrid cloud. Okay, something like if at all you take now healthcare, right, and if at all you take banking and insurance, most of them are leveraging this concept, and they are slowly moving to cloud. So that is about hybrid cloud. So I'll take a pause here and ask if at all any questions you have in what is cloud computing and what are the types of clouds available.
So I have a question. Uh,
Yeah, Janavi, tell me.
so you said public cloud will be maintained by AWS or Google or Azure or Microsoft. So who will be maintaining this private cloud? Will they have their own cloud?
Who will be maintaining their?
Private cloud.
Yeah, they will have their own cloud. They will have their own cloud and they will maintain themselves. Any other questions, guys?
The conceptually that is similar to the AWS and GCP, right?
Yeah,
So,
conceptually they are similar, but they maintain their own hardware.
oh, yeah, I understood.
Okay, I'm moving on to the next concept, right? Of we're talking about we talked about cloud computing and what are the types of clouds, right? Basically, if at all you're saying in the GCP console, there are multiple services. Okay, one second. Let me go to the GCP console. Hope you have created your respective GCP credentials, right? I mean, basically console. So this is the
No,
GCP.
I have not.
Okay, please create them. Please create that, right? I'll just briefly walk you through how to create that. So I
Okay.
mean, since I already created this, right? So I'm not able to walk through. So what we will do is, so I mean, so let me just make this scenario, right? So just go to GCP console. This, if at all is give GCP console, just give the GCP console. Go to GCP console, and since I have already registered, right, I'm able to see. But if suppose you have not registered, you can just simply go and go to console. If at all you give usually, right, that will ask which email address to use, and after the email address that you give, right, you need to give your payment information where you will be giving the credit card details, and 2 rupees, right, will get cut, and they will be returned back again. So, and after that, you can start using the respective Google Cloud resources. So, try it out yourself. And let me just go to an incognito window and just give GCP console. Because I give that. So, I have not logged into anyone. So, if at all, this is the initial screen that will get registered. So, just try it free, and then you give your email ID, right? whatever email ID you give next, and then it will ask your for your payment information. Once you give payment information, right, that means you need to give your credit card details. Once you give that information, that will 2 rupees will be charged onto your account, and later it will be returned back. So that is after that, right, you can start using the GCP console. GCP console. Okay, are you clear with respect to creating the GCP account?
Yeah.
Okay, so once I am going to the GCP console, you are seeing multiple services. If at all you just click on these three lines, right, you will be seeing multiple services here. If at all you see compute engine, Kubernetes engine, cloud storage, cloud BigQuery, VPC, and everything, right? And if at all you take a compute engine is a IaaS, that means infrastructure as a service. Kubernetes is a managed service, and cloud storage, and respect to the cloud SQL, I'm talking about managed services and so on. So when I'm talking about infrastructure as a service, what does that mean? Okay, so that means so the whatever services that are being offered to you, if at all you see, these are all services that are available. If at all you see, compute engine is a service that is available, and you can just simply go and use. Even Kubernetes engine is a service you can available, and you can just simply go and use. Cloud storage is also a service, like that. BigQuery, all of these are services that are being offered to us, where you can just go and start using them. But not all services are same. Okay, there are different type of services. Okay, that is where there are three types of services that are available, in which we are talking about IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS. What are these, right? We will discuss. So any does any one of you have any idea about what are these terms in, guys? If even if it is wrong, no problem, you can just simply answer. Did any one of you guys hear about these terms? If you didn't hear, no problem, you can just let me.
No, this is new for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So okay, that's fine. So I mean, the reason I ask these questions, right? So you'll be engaged into the class. So anyway, don't worry if at all you're not knowing, and don't think that I'm asking too many questions and you don't know. The intention for this is you will be learning, right? Yeah. Okay. So I'm just going on to IAS. So I'm just going on to IaaS. So IaaS means it stands for infrastructure as a service. That means it is a basic cloud computing model, which the respective cloud providers uses in order to provide it as a service. That means you will be creating your respective resources, and you will be responsible for managing that resources. Let's take, right, if at all you take a GCP VM, what after you have created the VM, you need to ensure that your respective daily backups are being taken, and also you need to ensure that the respective VM is encrypted, and also you need to make sure that the respective VM is up to date with patches. So you need to maintain all of the respective resources for all of the respective day-to-day operations. So the cloud provider will be only responsible for providing you the respective background infrastructure, but they will be not maintaining any of your respective resources that you create. Okay, so let's take, right, if it is a database server, and you need to make sure the database servers, right, you need to install the respective database which you need, and you need to properly patch the databases and underlying OS, and you need to make sure the database backups are taken regularly. You need to make sure the point in time recovery, right? All of these operations are being maintained by you guys. So that is where, right, so cloud is not taking any extra burden of, or not extra burden, not taking any uh, extra care in order to just use that service. So you are just simply going and using the respective cloud provider hardware, and you're creating your respective VMs or some other respective IaaS services, and you're responsible for maintaining the respective infrastructure for us. Okay, so that is IaaS. So I gave you an example of the database server, right? Or you can take simply the web server or something. What does PaaS mean is, PaaS mean is platform as a service. So that means, so cloud computing vendor is adding one step, one more layer, where they are responsible providing you the respective hardware and infrastructure, as well as they maintain your complete service for you. Okay. Excuse me. So let's take this example, right, of database I have talked. Okay, so where you are installing and you are respect to making sure that you are making the patches are up to date and so on, right, and ensuring that you are taking the respective backups. What if all of these operations, right, are being done by the cloud itself? Okay, let's take example of a service called as cloud SQL that we will discuss, right, when we are talking. Anyway, that is one of the topic, cloud SQL, right, where they are offering database as a service for us. So where you can just simply go and spin up the respective cloud SQL instance and start using the respective instance, and you need not worry about what is happening behind, what are the respective patches, who will be taking care of the respective patches, who will be taking care of the respective database backups, and so on. You need not worry anything on that. So everything will be managed by the cloud. So that is one layer ahead of the IaaS. Okay, so next right is with respect to SaaS. SaaS is nothing but software as a service, right, where a software is being created somewhere and you're just simply going and using that. Okay, let's take example of this itself, right? I'm using Google Drive and Google Slides. This is a software SaaS product that is offered by Google. Let's take, right, let's take example of Office 365. That is also again a SaaS product that is available. You take Salesforce, you take any other, right? All of those are nothing but they are providing a software, and just simply you are going and utilizing the respective software. Okay, so where you need to just pay for the, you need to just pay for the software usage, and you're not paying anything for the respective cloud. So you will not be having anything visible to you. You're just simply going and using the software, like how I'm using now, right? I'm just creating an email ID and I'm just making use of the Google Slides, and I'm just simply presenting it to you. So that is a software as a service product. So any questions with respect to this IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS?
No, I mean, my work, I mean, my profile comes under SaaS.
Okay, so one
Yeah,
second. So
yeah,
who is that? Pawan. Okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay, okay. That's
Yeah.
fine. Okay. All right. So any questions with respect to? I think these are the terms, right, which you might be asked during, if at all you're entering, if at all you are going for any cloud. So I think these days they stopped asking about this now. The most of them, but you should be aware of these things. So what is public cloud, private cloud, and what is IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS? Any questions, guys? Okay, I'm assuming no questions and I'm moving ahead. So, if at all you see, right, just I got all of this. So, what we are responsible with respect to infrastructure as a service, right? If at all you see, okay, so so who uses, right? If at all you see, IaaS will be used by the respective admins. That means network admins, security admins, or database admins. If they wanted to manage their infrastructure, that is where IaaS will be used. And PaaS mainly, right, is used by the developers. They don't want to take any headache of managing their infrastructure. Just simply they just create the respective service and just simply go and use that service. So that is used mainly by the developers. And SaaS, right, is by end users. So that means I am an end user, right, who is using these slides. Similarly, SaaS will be used by the end users. Okay, just just a second. Okay, so if at all you're going for IaaS, right, you need to have the complete understanding of your infrastructure. You need to have the technical knowledge. So with respect to the PaaS, you do not have much technical knowledge at all. So, but you just have to know how to use that respective service. But with SaaS, just simply go and start using the software. You need not need any technical knowledge with respect to the SaaS. Okay, so when it comes to popularity, right? So at the moment, SaaS products are the one which are gaining lot of popularity, and that is where most of the resources are coming. But but SaaS is something, right, where it needs more effort from the developers in order to get that implemented. So main majority of the respective clouds are offering PaaS services. So that means where they're offering it as a managed service. So where the cloud provider will manage all of your respective heavy lifting for you, and you just need to just go and utilize them. So if at all you see, when it comes to adoption, right, percentage raise, even though SaaS is highly at the moment adopted, but the percentage increment in using the respective services, this PaaS has more usage with respect to percentage increase, right, when respect to SaaS. So IaaS is slowly, right, reducing. Okay, so what are the respective cloud providers, if at all you take, right? Examples, use cases. All cloud providers offers IaaS and PaaS, and some of this SaaS products as well. But if at all you're talking about SaaS, mainly Microsoft Office 365, Google Drive, Google Slides, and Facebook applications, right? Most of them are using the SaaS products. So I'll take a pause here, guys, and what any questions do you have, guys? Is my screen visible? Now it is not visible. Okay, but till now it was visible, right?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So any questions in this, guys?
So is Google Cloud Platform is supporting to SaaS or not? I mean, some of the SaaS applications.
Yeah. SaaS. So your SaaS applications, right, mostly are the respective, mostly are some vendors who are available. So SaaS is also SaaS is also available in the Google Cloud. So okay, so I mean, so as today is the first class, right? I don't wanted you to overburden with introducing many concepts. So I'll take a pause here, and if at all any questions, let me know, and I'll just take 5 minutes in order to discuss what I'm going to talk about in tomorrow's class. Is my screen visible or it's still not visible? All right, all right. So today we talked about completely the cloud computing basics, right? So tomorrow we'll discuss about the basics of Linux. See, these are not something that I have put it in the course, but knowing them, right, will be very useful for us when we are learning cloud. So this is an added lecture which I have added on my personal interest, and we will be discussing about Linux commands, right, which you would be using on a daily basis and that are responsible for you. So these are all basic commands. If at all you take basic Linux commands, right, these are the basic Linux command. And also we'll be going to the operation commands, right, that we need to use for the Linux. Okay, so what I'm going to do is tomorrow, so I want you guys to create and be prepared with the uh, and be prepared, I mean basically with the GCP account. So what we will do is we'll create a VM and start using that VM, and we will be practicing. We'll create a Linux instance in the GCP and start using that for our Linux basics. So even though I'm telling these, right, so the effort from you, what it is needed is you need to start practicing this. Otherwise you will be just listening now and that will go away. So since we are having the lab environment, right, so when I said lab environment, you can just simply go and create a respective GCP instance and simply practice that, right? So may utilize that GCP console free tier account and start practicing more. So the more and more you practice, the more and more you will be getting command on the respective service. I mean, not only with respect to service, but even with the Linux commands as well. So this is where we'll be talking about Linux, right? What are these ones? If at all you are already aware, that is fine. If not, right, let's. I'm going to talk about this one. Someone like I think I don't remember. Right, one of the candidate, right, actually called and asked if knowing all of this is needed, since they are from non-IT background where they're just doing support. But that is the reason that I'm taking extra effort in order to cover all of that will be required in order to be successful, right, with respect to learning this course. So that is about from the agenda for tomorrow. We will be discussing about Linux. Once this Linux is done, then I will start the GCP.